Hi everybody, and welcome to my second video of my 4-part ukulele tutorial series. So in this video we're going to be learning 4 basic chords. These chords are C chord, C7 chord, F chord, and G7 chord. So feel free to re-watch this video as many times as needed. It's very important that you learn these basic chords because in my 3rd video we're going to be playing a 2-chord song, and in my 4th video we're going to be playing a 3-chord song which includes these chords. So thank you for tuning in, and let's get started. So a few reminders before we get started. The very first thing that you should do before playing your ukulele is to tune it. I just use an online tuning app on my phone. There are many free options out there and they're fairly accurate. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to place the back of the uke into your body like so. And you want it to be at about 2 o'clock, not 12 o'clock and not 3 o'clock, just about 2. You're going to bring your right arm in like a seatbelt arm. So the uke should rest at about right there on your wrist. You're going to bring your left hand in like so, and the uke will rest at right about where the index finger meets the rest of the hand. So now if you let your fingers open, you should still have total control of your ukulele without the need for your fingers. Next thing we're going to look at is the sound hole. So make sure the sound hole is out towards the audience. Otherwise, if you're going to play your ukulele like this, it would almost be like me doing this whole video tutorial like this. It's kind of awkward and probably hard to hear. So when you start strumming, I want you to practice strumming right about here, which is a little bit in front of the sound hole and just where the fingerboard starts. So this area is good. And when you're strumming, you're just going to take the top of your nail and let it fall down. Just naturally let it fall. I don't want you to strum too slow because then it will sound like this. It's almost like you're just dusting off a surface, so you're just letting it fall. Just like that. When we start playing chords, I want you to remember that you need to use the very tip of your finger. So I don't want to see a flat finger like that. It should be the very tip. And you should remember to have your hand curved, because otherwise you might end up pressing down on another part of the string or another string altogether, and then it won't make the sound come out very accurate. It'll sound more muffled and not very pretty. So one thing to remember for your left hand is that you should keep these fingernails trimmed and filed, and that way will really let you get just the tip of your finger on the string there. Alright, so now we're ready to go. So now we're going to practice the down strums. We're just going to practice 4 down strums at a time, and you're going to have an open left hand for this, so it's just the strumming. I'll count you in and I'll go 1, 2, ready, go, and then we'll play together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll say stop, and then we'll regroup and practice again. So I don't want you to go faster or slower, I just want you to go at the same beat as me, and I'll be counting as we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Okay, we'll try it one last time. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Now take a look at the position of your ukulele. If it's still flat against you, then excellent job. If it creeped up a little like so, that's okay. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so now we're going to learn our very first chord. It is a 1-finger chord and it's called the C chord. If you watched the first video, then you would have noticed at the very end that we actually learned how to play this already, but that's okay. Just as a reminder, we're going to take our ring finger on our left hand and put it on the very bottom string, so the A string of the 3rd fret. So this is the 1st fret, 2nd fret, and 3rd fret, and you're going to put the very tip of your finger on the bottom like so. You want to make sure that your hand has the curve to it so that it's not hitting other strings and muffling the sound. And you also want to make sure that your wrist is down and not like that. So elbow and wrist both down to your hips. So we're going to do the same sequence as we did before, and I'll go 1, 2, ready, go. Then we'll do 4 down strums and then repeat. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. So now we're going to be learning our second chord of the day. This is the C7 chord. So it's very similar to the C chord because it's also a 1-finger chord and it's on the bottom string, so the A string. However, instead of being on the 3rd fret, we're going to move up to the 1st fret. And also, instead of using a ring finger, we're now going to use our index finger for this one. It'll be a similar situation as before, as I'll count you in and we'll do 4 down strokes and then we'll repeat. Remember to keep your wrist and your elbows down. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one last final time. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. So now we're going to be learning our 3rd chord for the day. This is the F chord, and it's our first 2-finger chord. So if you need a break, if you're still not feeling that super comfortable with the C and the C7 chords, that's totally okay. Just pause the video, do some practicing, and come back when you're ready. If you are up for the challenge though, make sure to take a good finger stretch break first, because this one is going to put a lot of pressure on your fingers. So you're going to be using your index and your middle fingers, and we're going to be using the 1st and the 2nd frets. You're going to take your index finger and put it on the 3rd string down in the 1st fret. So the 3rd string down is the E string. You're going to take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd string down in the 2nd fret. So this is the C string. You really want to make sure that you have that curve going, or as some people may say, the house for the mouse. Because if not, if your fingers are flat, then they're going to end up hitting other strings, and the sound's going to come out really dull like that, and it doesn't sound very pretty. Another thing to be careful with when you're using 2-finger chords is that you may not be putting enough pressure on the strings, so this will also make the sound come out a little dull. So make sure you're using the very tips and you're putting in that pressure there. So we're going to do the same format as before, and we're going to I'll count you in and we'll do 4 down strokes. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job! So now we're going to be learning our 4th and final chord for the day. This is going to be the G7 chord, and it is a 3-finger chord. So again, if you're not feeling up for it, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. But if you are up for the challenge, make sure to take lots of finger stretch breaks before starting this part of the video. So if we put our fingers back in the formation of the F chord, what you're going to do is you're going to actually leave your index finger on the 3rd string down in the 1st fret. You're now going to move your middle finger down 1 string to the 2nd string down, and you're going to take your index finger and add it to the bottom string of the 2nd fret. So you may be thinking that your fingers are very crammed and you're wondering, how am I ever going to be able to manage to play this? So I'll let you know a little secret. I've always been saying keep your wrists and your elbows down. However, for this one, since your fingers are really crammed there, You can actually rotate your wrist for this one, but try to keep your elbow down as much as possible. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome! All I can say is, wow, I'm so proud of all of you. Today you learned 4 very important things. You learned how to properly hold your ukulele, where to properly place your hands and fingers, you learned how to strum, and you learned 4 chords. That is amazing. I hope you all give yourself a pat on the back for that. And I hope you stay tuned for my next video where we will be learning our first song, and it is a 2-chord song. Thanks for watching.